We all say it. One day I'll learn to play the guitar. Or, one day I'm going to write that book. One day I'll finally get in shape. It feels so harmless, right? Like a nice little promise we make to our future selves. But what if that simple phrase isn't a promise at all? What if it's a trap?
Seriously, take a second and think about it. What is your one-day thing? That big goal you've kind of pushed off into some vague, undefined future. Is it starting a business, traveling the world? Maybe it's just finally cleaning out the garage. Whatever it is, get a clear picture of it in your head. All right, let's get into it, because that phrase, that little one-day promise, it might just be one of the sneakiest ways we sabotage our own lives without even knowing it. It's a pattern, it's a cycle, and trust me, it has a pretty serious cost.
To really understand why this is so dangerous, we have to look at the psychology behind it all. We're going to define what's called the temporal trap and figure out what is actually happening inside our brains when we say one day. So here's the deal. This is a cognitive bias. That means our brain is basically playing a trick on us. We invent this perfect imaginary version of ourselves in the future, a version who will magically have more time, more energy, way more motivation, and by doing that, we give our present self a total free pass to do, well, nothing. And there's actually a scientific name for this. It's called temporal self-displacement. It's a fancy way of saying we're just shifting the responsibility from the person we are right now onto some superhero version of ourselves later. Let's look at what that really means.
This is the split right here. You've got the present self. That's you and me right now. We're dealing with reality. We're tired, we're busy. And let's be honest, scrolling on our phone feels a whole lot easier than starting some huge, difficult project. But then we imagine this future self, who is just awesome. They're disciplined, they're energetic, they always make the right choice. The big problem? That person doesn't actually exist. So you might be thinking, what's the big deal? Everybody procrastinates a little. But the thing is, the accumulated effect of being stuck in this one-day trap, well, it can be absolutely devastating. It builds up into some real unseen damage over time. And that's because it's not about one single missed opportunity. No, it's about 1,000 tiny decisions to just wait, to put it off till tomorrow. And those little decisions add up and up until a whole life's worth of potential is just quietly squandered. And these right here, these are the specific costs. That unfulfilled potential is the amazing book that never gets written. The compounded regret is the business idea that never gets off the ground. We end up in this state of persistent stagnation, just stuck where we are. And maybe the worst part of all, those vibrant dreams we used to have, they just quietly fade away. Now look at this number, 10. 10 years. How many times have you said one day in the last 10 years? Just imagine for a second where you could be today if even a small fraction of those had been day ones. That's the amount of time that gets completely lost in the temporal trap. Okay, so that was the bad news. But here comes the good news. You are not stuck. There is a clear, totally actionable plan to break free from this cycle. And it has nothing to do with finding some magical burst of motivation. It's all about changing your actions. And the key word here really is simplicity. You don't need some complex new productivity system or a total life overhaul. The solution is based on making a really small but incredibly profound shift in how you actually approach your goals. And here it is. This is it. A simple 3-step escape plan. You define it, you shrink it, and you schedule it. So let's break down exactly what each one of these really means. Okay, step 1 is all about getting crystal clear. One day I'll get fit is a wish, it's not a plan, there's no clear action there. But I will go for a 20-minute walk 3 times a week. Now that is concrete, it's specific, it's measurable. Your brain knows exactly what to do with an instruction like that. Now this next step, this one is genius. It's all about the psychology of momentum. Go to the gym for an hour feels like a huge effort, right? So it's super easy to procrastinate. But what about put on my running shoes? That's it. That's the entire first step. The goal is so small, so laughably easy, that your brain has no excuse to say no. And here's the magic. Once the shoes are on, you're already halfway out the door. And now for the final, crucial piece of the puzzle, you have to make it real. See, a goal without a deadline is just a dream. So you take that tiny action, put on running shoes, and you put it in your calendar for tomorrow at 7 a.m. It's not an idea anymore. It's an appointment. It's a non-negotiable commitment you've just made with yourself. So this three-step process, it's the engine for the real transformation, which is a total mindset shift. It's about going from one day to day one. It's about reclaiming your future by finally moving from being a passive dreamer to an active participant in your own life.
And this really captures the entire idea of escaping the trap. The future isn't where things happen. The past is gone. The only moment you have any real power over is right now, this exact moment, when you choose to take that one tiny first step.
This slide basically sums up the entire shift. On one side, you have one day. It's passive, it's vague, it's just a wish floating out there. And on the other side, you have day one. It's active, it's immediate, it's a decision. And that is where your future actually begins.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Think back to that dream you had at the very beginning. What is one tiny, ridiculously small action that you can schedule for today or tomorrow to make it officially your day one?